Standing by. 3, 2, 1, lift off.
Lift off. And hello and welcome to Behind the Spires. I'm Ed, and this is...
I'm Molly, and we are your friendly neighborhood city employees.
Yes! Come join us behind the Spires, where we will bring the business of Frederick forward. Highlighting updates on Frederick's policies, projects, and events.
Each week, we bring a special guest with us behind the spire, and we have a stormwater episode today. I love it. So not only do we have one guest, we have two. Joining us first, we're going to have Jen Hammond, project engineer for the City of Frederick Stormwater Management team.
Nice.
She will share how street sweeping protects our neighborhoods and waterways. She's going to be awesome, a wealth of knowledge. And after her interview, we're excited to welcome Taurean Washington, a local artist who's bringing this work to life in a whole new way through an upcoming children's book about street sweepers.
Now, if you're not watching us on video, you can catch our lovely mugs on YouTube at City of Frederick, Maryland. Of course, you can also listen to us at Spotify, Apple, Amazon, all the podcasting services.
And a quick announcement before we get into Jen's interview. The City of Frederick is gearing up for the 2026 Maryland General Assembly legislative session, and we want your input. We're launching a survey to ask residents what legislative and capital funding priorities should the city advocate for in Annapolis.
Yes. Your feedback is an important part of shaping the issues we bring forward, such as funding for local projects and policies that affect daily lives here in Frederick. The survey will be available online, shared across the city's social media channels, including in our news alerts, and on our new feedback page on the website, frederickmd.gov/survey.
Yes, you're going to find a lot of surveys up there. We encourage every resident to take a few minutes to participate. By adding your voice, you'll help us set the priorities that guide Frederick's future.
Yes.
And we'll be
right
back.
Voting is easy, by mail or in person. All registered voters will receive a new voter registration card by mail showing your assigned district. Everyone who is registered to vote will get a ballot for the general election. For the primary, only registered Democrats will get a ballot because their races have more than one candidate. There won't be a Republican primary this year since all Republican candidates are running unopposed and will go straight to the general election. There are 6 drop box locations in the city of Frederick: the Bourne Building, 355 Monteview Lane; Hillcrest Commons, 1150 Orchard Terrace; Tally Recreation Center, 121 North Bent Street; the Housing Authority Office, 209 Madison Street; Governor Thomas Johnson High School, 1501 North Market Street; and Frederick Community College, 7932 Opossumtown Pike. If you prefer to vote in person, head to the polling place at Trinity Recreation Center, 6040 New Design Road. Key dates to remember: primary election day is September 9th, general election day is November 4th. Want to vote early? General election early voting is October 24th and 25th. Need information about state or county elections? Contact the Frederick County Board of Elections, 8490 Progress Drive, Suite 300, or call 301-600-VOTE. Let's shape our city's future. Get out and vote, Frederick.
Oh, hi, and welcome back.
We're back, you guys, and we have a very, very special guest with us, Jen Hammond. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Okay, so Jen, you have a very interesting job. You are a project engineer for stormwater management. What does that mean?
Well, it means a lot, actually, to me personally. But that just means that I work in the engineering department. I work under the supervisor of hydraulics and hydrology, which is just a fancy word for how water moves across the world, right?
Okay.
And so my day-to-day usually includes reviewing improvement plans that people submit for development in the city, as well as managing our database of stormwater management best management practices, which we have over 1,400 of those individual in the city. And just, answering questions from folks about development or just their personal stormwater concerns.
So how did you get into it? Have you always been passionate about water?
I have.
Okay.
Actually. I grew up in a floodplain as a child, and so I think that really reflected in my career choices down the road. But I actually got a degree in mechanical engineering.
Wow.
And then worked in tunnel conveyance systems and just slowly started stumbling and then landed back in stormwater.
I love it. I told Jen before we started recording, I was like, nerd out as much as you want. I love when we have people that are super technical.
Absolutely. Now, I know you mentioned what come across your desk and everything, but are there some bigger projects or anything that you typically find come your way?
Oh, yeah. I mean, a big bulk of my projects are based in our NPDES MS4 permit, which is a whole big alphabet soup, right? But basically what that is, it's a permit that regulates the discharges that come from just our urban area into our municipal separate storm sewer systems. That's that big MS4. And so that generates a lot of different projects for us. So one is our outreach projects. So we go to schools, in the streets, at different festivals, anything that anyone will invite us to come and educate folks about stormwater management and pollution issues. It also informs some of our decisions on creating and prioritizing stormwater management projects for treating stormwater quality and quantity.
Very cool. So you did bring swag with you.
I did.
We have, she's always with some swag. So we have some stickers. We have in the streets with a street sweeper. Okay. And so for those people who may not realize, why is street sweeping such a big part of stormwater management?
Well, I mean, there's so many other co-benefits to street sweeping that people are really aware of, right? The aesthetics, keeping our streets visually clean. But also, it's our mission to protect the public safety, health, and welfare of our residents. And that's coming into the pollutants that get deposited onto our streets. So what we're doing is we're physically removing those pollutants with our street sweepers. And something that a lot of people don't know is there's little to no treatment of our stormwater when it comes off of our streets. So that's the only way we're getting this out before it gets to our streams. So there's many different kinds of pollutants that get picked up by our street sweepers that are environmentally damaging. And whenever it gets out into the environment, it also causes issues for humans. We can't use that water easily.
So that is interesting because I assumed incorrectly that it goes through some sort of treatment before it goes to a creek or stream or waterway, and it doesn't.
No, vast majority does not. So all of, older downtown far predates any of the current regulations, any other development up until the 2000s really isn't treating for those pollutants.
So do not litter.
Yeah.
Do not litter.
I was thinking it was like a giant Brita filter type of thing.
Yeah. Some sort of, there's someone in there. Miss Frizzle taught me something about that, but I don't remember.
Now, what kind of pollutants or debris do the street sweepers that we have actually remove? And what happens if that material isn't collected?
So there's a lot of things, both seen and unseen, that those sweepers pick up. So there is obviously the trash that we're talking about, dirt and sediment. There's also a lot of smaller things that are connected to that. So there's oils and chemicals that you can't quite see on the surface, as well as buildups of nutrients and bacteria that bind to that soil that gets picked up. And those end up getting swept into our inlets. And as we talked about, that just goes into pipes and directly out into our streams. And so if we're not picking that up, it can cause an issue with potentially clogging up those inlets, especially that larger debris, the trash and leaves and things, but also in the pipes. And then, of course, causing that flush of pollutants into our waterways.
And so what does how does normal kind of debris and all that kind of stuff compare to what happens during a big rainstorm? Does it just flush all that stuff into streams, or what happens?
So it's actually two different kind of things that are happening.
Okay.
So our smaller storms, that's where we're having, it's called a first flush. So that first 1 inch of rain is picking up most of that small pollution that we're talking about with the dirt and the nutrients. And all of that's getting off at that first 1 inch. So that's happening really frequently.
Okay.
Compared to some of our bigger storms. Our bigger storms, we're more worried about our flooding concerns. So having larger debris, clogging inlets, causing localized flooding.
Okay. Do you do work with that? Is it flash flooding or?
Yeah. So,
okay.
That's part of my usual plan review. We're actually looking at various upsizing of our gray infrastructure to handle those storms. But incorporating more green infrastructure helps as well. So green infrastructure is more like swales or microbioretentions, that kind of thing.
What does that mean? What is swales and microbioretention?
So that's one of our tools that we use in our tool chest. So a swale is what you think of as a ditch next to the road.
Okay.
But it's just an engineered way of doing a ditch, not just to convey the water, but to also slow it down and let all of the sediment that's bind up with those nutrients and bacteria to settle out into it. So it's kind of filtering it. Same thing with the microbioretentions. It's a big rain garden. If you've ever seen a rain garden before, and it's acting like a filter. So it's mimicking that natural process of holding on to the water and then filtering it through the media below it before it goes into the storm drain.
Jen is our Miss Frizzle today. Were you a Magic School Bus kid?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. She probably influenced you somehow to get in, because you guys are like keeping like the river streams and everyone safe, but like really public safety. Like,
oh yeah. Safety is always our number one concern.
Yeah.
In everything that we do.
That's incredible. Okay, cool.
Now, do you have any numbers from like last year, like how many tons of debris the street sweepers picked up, or like how it translates into cleaner water?
Oh, I do. That's a big part of my job is numbers.
Here we go.
We actually started weighing our debris back in 2020. And over the last 6 years, we've averaged about, let me check my numbers here. We averaged 521 tons per year of the last 6 years. Now, in FY25, that was 608 tons, which if you need a comparison, which I also like comparisons, that's about the weight of 90 elephants. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Dang.
It's a lot.
Yeah. And that's almost double what we were collecting that very first year that we started in 2020. That was only about 330 tons of debris. And there's a lot of things that go into why that number has gotten bigger.
That was going to be the question. Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of that has to do with our record keeping. It's just, that translation of what we're doing and how that affects some of the other projects that we're doing. So keeping good records and weighing that amount contributed a lot, as well as, switching up routes, seeing which were more effective, right, in timing, as well as in our equipment. So upgrading equipment into all these newer types that are coming out every year are always more efficient than some of the older ones that we have.
Right. And so that's my follow-up question. Like, how do you decide where the sweepers run? Like, are there priority neighborhoods or things that are already established based on like the data you collect?
So it's not as much about the data we collect right now as much as it is about the land use and our availability of drivers.
Okay.
So we only have about 4 sweeper drivers at any given time, 3 during the day, 1 at night. And their routes are based upon, or their frequency of the routes is based upon the land uses around it. So a lot of the outlying areas that are more loose residential, low density, those get swept every other week. And then when we get closer to the more urban downtown, those are weekly. And then downtown gets swept almost every day because of how many pedestrians and things that are walking around.
So I have been so ignorant about the street sweeper, but now that I've like had it kind of in my brain, like it's been on the brain, I've been seeing the street sweeper.
You will, yeah.
And I wave to it now because I saw it like downtown coming into work, and then I saw it going to the gym like early when it was like dark, and I was like, oh my gosh, the street sweeper.
Yeah. I think the only one who's not a fan is my dog, but she does not like it.
Okay, wait, what's your dog's name?
Ollie. She's a Jack Russell mix.
Yes.
We're big dog
cute.
people on this.
Now, I assume that different seasons have like different levels of amount of like debris that it picks up. I imagine the fall with the leaves and everything is quite a lot. Are there like any, I don't know, like, I guess which season would you find is going to be the most dense?
Good.
They all have their own problems. So right now, we get a lot of grass clippings in the street, a lot more people walking around throwing trash. But in the fall, of course, we still get our leaves, and also kind of breaking down that, pattern of folks putting their lawn leaves into the street, because that's something that we did used to allow and we would sweep it up. But that's something that we no longer allow, but it's kind of reminding people that that's not what we do. And we have upped how often we collect our lawn debris. So you can get that collected weekly in either bags or totes set out. But my favorite way is just to compost it. So I have a personal compost bin that I can layer them into so I'm not killing my grass. But keeping them on site is like the number one way to get that. but we are still concerned with clogging. So with our grass, our leaves, that can be a major clogging concern in our storm drains.
And then what about like salt and sand during the winter?
Oh, definitely. So it's hard because snowmelt is stormwater too. So it's picking up all those pollutants going in. So we're worried whenever we're plowing, we don't want to clog any inlets with the plows pushing snow.
Right.
But we're also putting down a large amount of pollutant ourselves. We're self-polluting by putting out the salt. Even though it's required for public safety, it is still a pollutant. So we want to try and sweep that up as much as possible. But the main thing that we want to do is prevent it as well. So that's a big part of what we push is using less salt.
Right.
So we do that ourselves, and we try to educate the public on that note too. And that can be kind of difficult, with all the private landowners, and they have their own private companies that come in. They just want to put out salt and, reduce how much they come back. So we try to educate them on why they should reduce their output of salt.
You just hit so many different sub-departments within the city of as you were talking, I was like, oh, sustainability, oh, trash pickup, all of these different things, they all are in the same ecosystem.
All comes down to the end of the pipe where we are. So
listen, city employees are the best. Am I right?
Right.
Okay, so how can residents, you mentioned a couple things there, right? So be judicious on how much salt you use and what kind of pollutants you use and handling yard waste properly. Are there anything else that you just want to say hey guys, remember, don't do this?
That's so hard because everyone does so many different things.
Right.
I think the biggest thing, it ties back to a proverb that I like to link my job to, which is a little by little becomes a lot, right? So I think that just being aware of your impact is the most important thing that you can practice in your life. So thinking about what is going to happen to this thing that I put onto the surface of the earth. That's my personal impact. Also, calling the city if you see any kind of pollution. I think that's another big thing. Not everyone can just go out and sweep up something that someone has dumped out onto the street. We don't want them to do that. That's a safety concern. So being familiar with what pollution looks like and who to contact.
I love that. A little... I don't know. Say it again. Say the proverb again. A little.
A little by a little becomes a lot.
I love that.
Yes.
Wise words.
Now you touched up a little bit on it, but do the sweepers actually ever respond to a special situation or an emergency situation, after storms or big construction sites or something? Someone's calling out, "Where's the sweeper?"
Oh, yeah, all the time. So we were talking about the winter, right? So we do have burst pipes that happen. And that's something that we end up doing afterwards is because we're putting out the salt to prevent that from freezing on the roadway surface because obviously we're in freezing temperatures causing that pipe to burst. So we want to go back and sweep up that extra salt after we get done with that. We also try to be proactive with anything that might be generating that salt, so salt or other pollutants. Like construction sites, we have inspectors that go out and check that their sediment controls are in place to keep that material off the roadways, but incidences still happen. So we like to either have folks call them in or we have staff driving around 7 days a week. So someone hopefully has eyes on it so we can get that swept up.
Should we implement some sort of bat signal situation for the street sweeper?
A bat signal and a cape.
Yes, I like it.
You're reading my mind on what's going to be coming up in the streets.
Oh, before we touch on that, what do you personally find most rewarding about your job? You talked about your history with it and all that stuff.
That's a very tough question.
Yes.
So I live and work in the city, so it's really impactful to me on a personal level, the work that we're doing and seeing the progress that we've made over the last few years in this program. But I think the most rewarding are days like today, whenever I get to educate folks and tell them about how important our waterways are and how important their impact is on it.
I love it.
Yes. Now, I'm gonna get to the question.
The thing that's on everyone's mind. And the stickers that you've brought here today.
Yeah.
First of all, wait, can Jen explain the stickers?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this was the product of our assistant superintendent of stormwater collections, Casey Roush. She created this sticker for us specifically for this year in the streets. It has a picture of our newest street sweeper on it, just in action with its brushes. So it's very exciting.
Very sleek. Okay.
Yes. What inspired you guys for giving the sweeper an official name? This is brand new sweeper that, we We got the little sticker
I'm
here.
sure everyone listening knows. And as we're recording this, it's the last day of voting. There's been a citywide buzz of what the street sweeper will be named.
We all know the true name, the true winner
Ed
name.
here might have been one of the finalists.
Oh.
But we won't say what.
No,
okay.
no, we can't.
So what inspired this idea?
Well, every year we try to focus on one aspect of our program to bring more acknowledgement to it. So this year we decided to do street sweeping. It also goes along with this newest street sweeper that we just added, which is incredibly efficient and tiny and cute. It helps to sweep our bike lanes, and through the park you'll see it. But it's funny, our stormwater department has a group of drones. Okay, and we use that for surveying, hard to reach places and things. And they each have a name. So there's one that we bring out to schools a lot called Charlotte. She's very spidery. There's one called the Hoff that can go in water. And the children loved it. And so
wait, the Hoff because of Baywatch.
Okay.
I don't think they understand why that one's funny.
Yeah, but
the adults do.
That's fantastic. Okay, keep going.
So from that, we're like, wouldn't it be great to kind of create that connection with our street sweeper program too? So that's kind of how that came about. And there's other municipalities that do similar things. The biggest in this area is, of course, Baltimore with their trash wheels that clean the harbor. So.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's awesome. Have people been excited, in your department and then just in the city?
Oh, yeah. So excited. So we had the whole naming process started with just reaching out to city employees. And we had, I think, 55 responses, which is pretty good for
it's very good.
Yeah.
For how many employees we have. And I was fortunate. I went to National Night Out this year and got to talk with residents and, of course, all of the big sweeper fans, which are tiny, of course.
Right.
We're so excited to see the street sweeper and get to pick the name. So I think there's been a lot of interest and excitement.
Oh, the little kids must love it.
And adults, too.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people were talking about, there's street sweeper that comes through this day. So yeah, a lot of people take note.
That's true. Cool. I got excited. I shared my own personal sighting of the street sweeper. Yeah. It is a very exciting thing. Okay, so the street sweeper will be getting an official name.
Mm-hmm, it will.
And when will this be revealed?
So it's going to be revealed at In the Streets on September 13th.
Okay.
We will have a booth set up in the public safety block, which I believe is between 5th and 6th Street.
Okay.
And that runs between 11 and 5. So we'll have a booth set up. You can come out. You can meet the street sweeper and its driver will be there. We'll have our stickers that we're going to be handing out, as well as a really exciting project that we did with a local artist, Taurean, Washington, who created a activity and coloring book with us to celebrate it. So you can come out, you can see all of that there. We'll actually have 2 booths this year. We'll have another booth that's on the Going Green block between 4th and 5th Street, where we'll be talking about everything else stormwater. So we'll have a raffle for a decorated rain barrel, decorated by yours truly, as well as DIY kits, so people can decorate their own rain barrel.
Oh my gosh, you guys are doing such cool work.
Mm-hmm. And we'll be right next to sustainability too, so you'll just hit a whole block of fun right there.
Composting, stormwater management, let's go.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Okay, thank you so much for being with us. I did want to mention we're going to be talking to Taurean next.
Oh,
so stay tuned. But Jen, I don't know if you know, but we do have a special segment, and it's called...
Oh, it's Quick Round Trivia.
Quick Round Trivia. Okay, I'm not going to lie. You answered one of the questions that I asked as you were speaking. I was Googling different things about stormwater. So you already did it. But we do have question number 1.
Yes. I want to make mention. Normally, I bring some hot sauce. I left it on my desk. Do you like hot sauce?
I do like hot sauce.
Okay, I'm going to do something very unprofessional.
Okay.
Go. Don't worry, we'll cut this. And he is back.
I'm glad I brought my water. I'm a little scared now.
Okay.
Is this the hot one?
This is the McCutcheon and Screaming Horde one. So this is one of their hotter ones.
Okay, Jen.
Okay.
So I'll let you do a pour.
You just can do a
pour.
tiny little you don't have to go crazy.
I mean, if you want to chug the bottle, I'm not gonna complain.
What if? Okay, so the third one we cannot ask because it was the elephant one.
Okay. That's very strange that I already got that.
Well, you must put it out into some educational material somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I like visualizing things as much as possible. So I'm always Googling, how much does this weigh?
And that's like, when you say like 1,200 or something, people are like, oh, okay, that's a lot. But then when you're like, no, that's 90 elephants, people are like, oh.
When you put it into perspective.
Right. Okay. Jen, are you ready?
No.
Did you try the hot sauce?
I have not tried it.
Yep.
Should I try it before?
Yes.
Oh, I tried it before.
Yeah, just try it. And here we go.
Okay.
What is the most common thing sweepers pick up on city streets?
Dirt.
Okay, done.
Yes. If you drop litter in Frederick, where could it eventually end up?
Oh, it could end up in the Chesapeake Bay and the ocean.
Yes.
So we actually connect to all of our rivers, connect to the Monocacy, the Potomac, to the Bay. We've actually had a sign that was in Baker Park wash up in the Chesapeake Bay before from the 2018 storm when that was at Color Lake.
Wait, what? Say that again?
We had a sign that was at Color Lake, a little interpretive sign that washed up in, I'm trying to remember exactly where it was on the bay, but it made it all the way out there within the year, I think.
Okay, leads me into my new question number 3. What is the best Magic School Bus episode of all time?
That's so hard.
It's objective.
So good.
Yeah. It's subjective, I should say.
Potty humor. It's the colon one.
It's the best one. But there's also one where they do go to a water treatment facility that I remember.
Which is actually interesting. That ties a lot into what we do with stormwater management. There's several different best management practices that were born from wastewater treatment.
It all ties back to Magic School Bus. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. What if Jen came and she was not a Magic School Bus fan?
You would have just hit a brick wall.
Yeah, hit a brick wall.
I would have just left.
Yeah, you'd be like, listen, this has been great.
Magic School Bus, no.
I'm out. Jen, you are fantastic. Thank you so much for being here. If everyone wants to go visit Jen, you will be here in the streets.
I will be at the Going Green block at our booth. So come talk to me, ask me questions.
Sustainability will be right next door. So you guys will just get a plethora of information. And the stormwater barrel is painted by
me. And you'll also get to see the artwork of Frederick High School next to us. They painted a plow for us for salt awareness.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so everyone go to the Going Green area.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. And we will be right back to talk to Taurean.
We really value the partnerships we create with local companies who we trust to provide products and services that help us keep Frederick at the highest level of livability and sustainability for our residents. Just visit our website at frederickmd.gov/Frederick Buys and follow the prompts to register as a vendor today. Remember, when Frederick buys, Frederick thrives.
And guess who's back? Back again. Ed is back.
Tell a friend. That was good. Hey guys, we are back and we have our second very special guest of the day, Taurean Washington. Welcome to Behind the Spires.
Thank you for having me, guys.
We're so happy you're here. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your background as an artist here in Frederick.
Oh, wow. So I definitely have a long history with art in Frederick. I'm an educator, also entrepreneur. So I have my own business called Creation Station. And I've just been full-time just recently. As of recently, I pursued it full-time. But I've been just doing art for a long time. Grad student at Hood College now. Have an undergrad in studio art at Hood as well. So I've just always been, I've been kind of going around the circuit, like from like the Blue Elephant, Delaplane. There was an old co-op called Dragonfly. I was in there too. So I've just been, in a little bit in the history of Frederick for the past maybe 15 years.
Very exciting. Yeah. That's awesome.
You got a webpage or something we can pop up here?
Yes. It's called www.taureanverse.com. So my name is Taurean. So it's like almost like all the facets of what I do, like the universe, my own universe, so my own Taurean verse.
I did do some Googling about you, and you apart from being involved in this kind of comic book, you love comic books.
Yes.
That's how you got kind of excited into art as a kid?
So that was my first, when I grew up, I wanted to be an animator. And then I was big on Marvel. So my father, he had his comics since he was a kid, and he passed to me. So I was born in the 80s, so I'm looking at old 60s comics.
Yeah.
And then, of course, in that time, I was born in the 80s, raised in the 90s. So in the 90s, I'm collecting comics myself that's more current. So I always I love Marvel. So I was like, and I always drew cartoons. So I started off as cartooning animation, and later I went more towards the fine arts. But comics was always a joy for me. So I was like, oh, let me make my own comics. And now Curious Iguana has 2 of my comics in their store.
Oh, go check
sweet.
it out. I'm going to go check it out. Everyone go check out Curious Iguana.
Favorite superhero?
Whew, man. I would say I was big on X-Men. Like, I loved X-Men. So I liked, like, Gambit. Like, that was my guy, Iceman. So cool. But I just liked X-Men because it's almost like they were born with it. And it's like the whole, I think there was that civil rights aspect of it.
Yes.
Like, the faction between human and mutant and the whole interaction and things. And then there's allies and there's people that are, like, extremists. So I really, on both sides. So I really like that whole narrative, the whole story.
That's why I love comics. It's because it takes like stuff that's happening in real life at that time and gives it the fantasy lens for people to be able to like digest it in a way where it's like easier, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Spider-Man right here.
Oh, you Spider-Man?
Nobody asked me.
Now is it Peter?
Storm. I like Storm.
Is it Peter Parker?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because Miles is in the
Miles
realm now.
Miles is cool too.
But
the Spider-Verse
new.
movies are really good.
Yes.
And
your
Miles
Storm
is new. Yes.
Yeah.
And your Storm.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, love Storm.
Come on.
Now, how did you first get connected with the city for this project?
And explain what this project is.
Well, it's been kind of like a long history because I was actually one of the artists in February that was exhibiting here in the City Hall. So I had 3 of my pieces here in City Hall for the Black History exhibition.
Oh, okay.
So it's just been a history of connecting with the city staff, but then also this call for entries came to my view. So I heard about it and I submitted a proposal and it was accepted to be a part of this comic. It's coloring book project. I want to say comic, but it's coloring book. And it's from the Department of Stormwater. And it's the whole the main lead character is the street sweeper.
Yeah.
And just trying to make that kid friendly and make it like a fun, even though it's a lot about history. It's like a history of a little bit of Frederick and what street sweepers do,
right.
But just like educate. It's like edutainment. Like I like to say, like you educate and have entertainment. So I thought as a visual artist, like how can I make it fun? How can I make the characters and things like enjoyable for kids to color, and also because there's a text to the whole book, so it's almost like it's really like a children's book but a coloring book.
Yeah.
So because normally like coloring books that have more predominant images, but there's a whole story that was already scripted by the department that I'm adding the visuals to. So I think I try to play on what's written and then add my own little flair to it. So
that's so
is
cool.
that what excited you about getting involved in the project? Like, how do I make this story like come alive?
I think I was like, this, for me, I saw it as an opportunity to make an impact. Like my goal as an artist, like I want to make an imprint everywhere I'm at. I want to, from city, state, nationwide, worldwide. So I know there's stages to that, but I was like, oh, I'm here in the Frederick community. How can I make a presence felt? And I was like, this is a cool opportunity. But then I like the challenge because it's the street sweeper. So how do I make a street sweeper a cartoon? Right. Even though there was an AI coloring book sample, they wanted me to do it originally, like the whole 12 pages. So I was like, so I looked at what the AI generated, and I'm like, I'm not the biggest AI person because I'm like, I really love original thought and the human touch. So I was like, but I see what they were trying to go with it with the AI simulation. But I think I looked at that the street sweeper, and I was like, how can I like make it my own? And it was a good process.
I love that.
I mean, it's good tool to have as like a thought, and then having someone professional come in and fleshing it all out just makes it perfect.
Yeah. Brings it up a level.
Speaking of though, when you sat down to design the sweeper character, what inspirations guided like your art style for it?
Marvel.
Because like I said, I grew up doing cartoons, so I was like, and also I do at festivals, I do caricatures, so I get hired by places, so I'm able to take something and cartoonize it. I don't know if that's a word, cartoonize, but I was like, so the department helped me. They sent me samples of street sweepers, and like so I saw the vehicle, and I think from what me stood out is like the little brushes that I was like, that's almost like a mustache. So I kind of accented that with the cartoon and made it like almost like the mustache is here, but and kind of like almost like the side of the panel of the front. There's the eyes are there, so I try to. Based on the story, the street sweeper trying to find what its name is. So I use the eyes in the story to show if it's like sad, because it's like in the beginning it's like I don't know what my name is. So I try to like have it like so have the eyes like this where it's like, oh, I'm sad, or So I kind of I let the story guide me, and then also just what the visual references that the department gave me. I let that like run the show.
Yeah.
And then I just try to like see what I could do to like tell it, like follow the narrative.
Did you, as you were doing it, you talked a little bit about the emotions. Like, did it have like a particular personality, or did it have like a voice in your head as you're going?
Yeah, because the AI and I was talking to the department, and I was like, I didn't want to quickly go to a gender, but like I know with the mustache as a thing, that's almost like a male. So I was like, but I know it was still a running vote of what the name would be.
Right.
So I'm hoping I'll see. I don't know what the name is yet.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that it matches.
It fits.
Sure.
but yeah, so I think it was really cool just to be able to do that, and yes.
What a fun project.
I know. Now, can you walk us through what your illustration process is like from sketch to final page? And also real quick, favorite cartoon?
Ooh, that's too hard. I mean, I man, wow. You know what? I'm gonna stick with the X-Men.
Okay, that's a good one.
The X-Men, the cartoon in like the 90s.
I was gonna say 90s. X-Men.
Now this was like adult level drama.
Yeah.
For kids to watch, like you're watching stuff where like what, like it's almost felt like a soap opera. It was almost like a soap opera.
100%.
Yeah, it was ahead of its time. Yeah.
What's yours?
But I'd say probably mine's Rocco's Modern Life.
Mine's Rocco's Modern Life. That's what I was gonna say.
Instinctively I thought about Doug, because Doug was my show. So I was like, are we talking overall? But I'm like, then there's a Nicktoons realm, then there's a Cartoon Network. So yeah, Doug was also a favorite.
Doug, Animaniacs, and Rocco's Modern Life. That's like my.
I think I have generations, because that would be my 90s set. My 80s set would be like Transformers.
Oh, yeah. Classic. Yeah.
But to go back to the illustration process question.
Where were we?
The illustration process from sketch to final page. Like, can you walk us through that?
Yes. So it was important for me because anytime I'm giving a project, because they gave me the scope of it, and I was like, how can I fulfill what they're saying, but then how can I personalize? Because I knew this was important for Frederick. So I was like, okay, I suggested like what are landmarks that, because also you're following the routes that the street sweepers go. So I was like, what are the kind of parts of Frederick that maybe I can, visualize in the book? So basically, when you go through it, it's Frederick. So I got the landmarks in different places. So I start off always with sketching. And so over the years, I've been able to also get versed in like Photoshop and graphic design. So I start with the sketch, scanning in, and then I go over the layer with like the paint tool. But it's like, and of course it's black and white. Yeah. So I try to have like the brush a little bit thicker. Some of the characters have a little bit more thinner work to it, but it's really like the scanning the sketch, then going and actually making like an actual a JPEG file with the Photoshop. So it's like I turned from sketch to digital. So that's what I've been doing this whole process.
So that was going to be my next question. You kind of touched on there's Easter eggs in there of Frederick.
Yes.
So like what kind of things? Like landmarks?
Yes. Was a Carillion Tower. Shout out to Rick. I didn't know what that tower is in Baker's Park.
Yeah.
So we were going back an email, and he was saying the Carillion Tower. I was like, oh, I didn't even know that was the name.
A lot of people don't.
So it's Baker's Park. It's even over there. Was it Butterfly Lane? That big Frederick Tower.
Yep, the water tower.
The water tower. I got Carroll Creek in there. So yeah, and then even like downtown Frederick. I try to do like a reminiscence of downtown Frederick, because we're capturing in the streets as well. So at the end of the book, it's like almost like you see it for the first time. It's because they timed it perfectly, because we're gonna release this in the streets.
Yeah.
But in the book, you're seeing in the streets like a banner of in the streets.
I love that.
Downtown Frederick.
That's cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now, are there any stormwater lessons that are like baked into the book?
Yes. I think it's like informative, letting the people know what street sweeper is cleaning, how it's helping the environment. Like I know there's ones like signs we're trying to inform the child, like no dumping drains.
Right.
So I think it's really informative at a basic level, and just like letting like the kids know what the role of the street sweeper is. I think that's really what like the I don't think it's like you know, like the whole local channel PBS where it's like it's so information driven. It's a little bit of fun with it, and even in the book we put in some activity pages, so 2 activity pages in there. Okay. So it's almost like a maze. You can do it, and then also it's like, hey, find this item. So it's like, so we try to have some interactive parts too, in addition to just, you know, them coloring, and then also more so than just, hey, this is just information about trying to make it fun and digestible.
Yeah. We just talked to Jen, and like she said so many things I didn't even know. I'm like, oh, that's what a street sweeper does. I thought it just kept the streets clean. And it's like, no, it actually is like
a little more,
a huge part of public safety. Do you think about things like accessibility when you're creating this, or, you know, any other thing that's going to be interactive, like you talked about bold lines and things like that for low vision?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think I try to let the street sweeper kind of lead I've always scaled and prioritized the images, even in my own paintings and work. So I was thinking about, if me being assigned to this project, letting like the character lead, but also we incorporated the midnight, the bird, the Frederick bird, so that the bird's in there as well. And so shout out to like Rick again, because like I think they like we it was like a collective you know, ideas back and forth. And so I'm you know, listening to like the needs of the department, also the City of Frederick staff as well, Layla, Shawan, and Casey. So I'm just, you know, that was just like, hey, how about we have even though we have the main character, but maybe the animals, each as it goes from the beginning to the end, they interact, they have more appearances. So you have like you have the bird, and then you even have like in Carol Quick, I have a fish jumping out. Nice. So that fish keeps coming as well, and then the frog keeps coming as well. Nice. So, and then also we Easter eggs, like you mentioned, we had some City of Frederick staff, like the Department of Water staff. Some of them I've done cartoons of and put them in the book. Yeah.
Now, they're immortalized in our comic.
No one came to us. Hey, where's the behind the Spires?
Next time we do something,
maybe I missed the thread, the email. Y'all didn't get CC'd on this. I don't know.
He missed the email. That's fantastic. So that's cool. You've got Midnight the Bird in there.
Yeah. Now, where can folks get the coloring book outside of, like, you know, when it's debuted in the streets?
Yeah.
You know, will there be like PDFs or at the libraries, schools, or anything?
So what I've just been solely informed is just when in the streets there's going to be, like, because I guess the department's working with a printing company, so that's going to be printed for in the streets. But it's up to the department if they want to enhance it further or make it more accessible. I would love that. Like, I would love that, but I think that's not really up to me. But if they do decide, I think it would be great to continue it going as opposed to just for one event. So that might be the plan. You might know something more. You might be CC'd on the email. I don't know.
All right.
We didn't miss that email, but there will be physical copies at in the streets.
Yes.
For kids to get.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I feel like it's going to be a mad rush to get the.
I think once one kid finds it, then they're all going to be like, "Where did you get?"
Yeah, where did you get that? But they should be available like online or something like that. Yeah. So what was your favorite page to draw?
You know what? I always like I'm one that gets motivated by challenges. So when I was basically, you know, because it's almost like I did detail and then I was in the reduction process of the Carillion Tower. I was trying to figure out like what to add, what to leave. And at first it was challenging. It was my most challenging, but I end up, I like the way it looks. So I think that page, I think it was page 3. I really like that page. I think that really got me going.
That was going to be my next point. So your favorite page was your biggest challenge.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Now, what do you hope this project brings to Frederick's community, especially to young people who might see themselves as like future artists?
Ooh, well, I almost left my a mini nugget because I have over 10 years of childcare, and so I run youth programs. I work with the Y recently as of last year. They call me Mr. T. That's my name. So when I put like the credit, like what it's written by, I say Taurean, my full first name, Mr. T. Washington. Yeah. So some of the kids that may have seen me and know me from their programs, wait, that's Mr. T. You know, so I try to always, like, anything I'm doing with kids, I have that moniker, Mr. T. I even have my own coloring book that I made. So it's interesting how things happen, because I went through the whole process of making my own coloring book. And then now it's like, oh, this call came up, and then it's like, wait, I'm qualified to do it because I've done it before.
Right.
And even the stuff with working with Curious Iguana, where they have my books in their store, it's almost like I've been using the digital software and the sketching. So it's almost like I knew what to do by the time this opportunity came. But I'm hoping that it just leads an example of like, hey, you can do it too. And I think even like me being on this platform with you guys can, and if a child or teen, especially teens, I think it's almost like you have the artistic spirit probably when you get to 5th, 6th grade. Then there's a lack. Like when you're in like the middle school, because there's other things you're stimulated by. You got the peer pressure, and I think it's almost like if you're like an outlier that's really interested in art, you still persevere through that time. But a lot of people drop and abandon the arts. A lot of times, it's trying to like find that middle school, high school interest is very difficult. So I'm just hoping that like my example. And I try to do a lot of programs. Actually, I started my own program with Hood College. So from 5 to 17, I have the age range. I partner with Hood. I have an art class starting on Wednesday, September 3rd, all the way to November 12th. So it's 9 sessions. And then we partner with the Blue Elephant Art Center. And we're going to have an art show in November. So stuff, I think like in addition to me doing the actions of projects, and then I get the, being known around town, but then the other initiatives I'm doing with education, and then also like segue into like other products that have like books and comic books, and then exhibitions, because I'll also be at FCC in 2 weeks. So September 6th is my exhibition. I have a solo show. 16 original paintings hanging at FCC. Yeah. So I think at some point it's like, wait, he's here. Okay. And then just being able to be on platforms like this to speak about it, and just saying like, if art is something that you really love, don't be so focused on the end result of like the validation. Like that will come if you really love it the right way. If you love your craft the right way, all that will come for it. But if you're seeking solely that, I think you're going to be disappointed every time.
Right.
Yep.
So just fall in love with the creation.
Yes, the process.
The process.
Mm-hmm. Everything else will fall into place.
I feel like that's like the biggest thing. Even like with anything, writing, anything. It's like just love the process and fall in love. And then that's awesome that you're doing that class at Hood, because that's what I was going to ask too as a follow-up. Like, how do you continue mentoring and teaching kids? But it sounds like you have a whole 9-week program going on.
Yes.
That's
and then
awesome.
Also Common Market. I've just partnered with them.
Is there anywhere you're not?
Yeah, so Common Market starting September 5th. So we're gonna do monthly classes called Art Time with Mr. T. I'll be on Fridays there once a month, and if the numbers build up, it'll be bi-weekly. But the staff, Amanda Robinson, the marketing department over there, like we met randomly at a watermelon stand, like the watermelon section. I see them like laying out, like they had like some beach prop up or something, and I guess they were testing it out. I'm like, are you trying to catch some sun? And then we were just talking, and then like, oh, you do this, and then they the Frederick News Post a couple weeks ago posted an article of my art program at Hood, and I talked to them about like, hey, well maybe we can do a class here at the Common Market, and then it's already out. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you. Yeah. We first learned about you from the Art in City Hall. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So before we wrap up, without giving it away, what are your thoughts on the street sweeper name?
I think it's going to be interesting. Like I know one of the pages, there was other entries. It was like, Squeaky something.
Oh,
like these were like other names that were mentioned, but it was like it was some interesting wacky names. I was like, I think Dusty or something. It was some other names. So I've not been told the name, but if I did know the name, I wouldn't say it either. Yeah. So
okay, good.
I've been sworn. Good
man.
Yes.
That was a test.
Because we all know the actual true name.
Ed is one of the finalists, was one of Ed's. So he's hoping.
I'm hoping everybody picked the right one.
He's going to vote for. Today is the last day of this taping.
As of this taping, yes, today.
Okay. Yeah, is the last day of voting. So Ed's going to vote 4,000 times before the end.
I'm not going to cook the books like that.
Taurean, it is so wonderful to meet you and have you on. Yes. We hope that when you have like your next venture with the city, we'll have you on.
Yes.
But before and everyone check out Taurean at In the Streets. Are you going to be there?
So that's in the process. So I'm hoping to do some free caricatures for the public and at the table. So we're working that out. So, but regardless, I'm going to be there whatever capacity because I want to see the books.
Yes.
I think that's one of my first time to see it. So I'm definitely going to be there.
Yeah.
In some capacity, I'll be there.
So he'll be there. Okay,
Yeah.
good. So we have a segment at the end of each interview, and it is called
Quick round trivia.
Quick Round Trivia.
Okay.
And so we do have a
little bit of an addition to trivia.
It's called a hot sauce component.
It's called a hot sauce component. I don't know if you enjoy hot sauce or not.
Oh my goodness.
But
what?
I have the McCutcheon Screaming Hornet hot sauce today.
Okay.
And I'll let you do a pour if you would like to do it. You don't have to do this.
Okay.
But if you enjoy hot sauce, this is one of their hotter ones.
Okay. You know what? I'm going for it.
Okay.
I'm going for it.
Do we have a water just in case?
You
We'll
know,
open it up
yeah, I
just
might
in
need a
case.
water.
But we'll do a very slight pour, and then we do have hopefully some trivia that you will know about because again. I did some research, and that's how we knew you liked Marvel.
I didn't know I'd be on Hot Ones.
It's our own version of Hot Ones. Oh, I like it. Okay. Okay, Taurean, first question. Who was the very first Marvel superhero?
Spider-Man? No?
We went, okay,
so
you have to go all the way back to 1939. And it was, do you have a hint?
Flame On?
Oh, what? The Human Torch?
Yes!
Okay.
Now, technically, this is not the
Timely.
original Human Torch. That Human Torch was a robot.
Oh, okay. So Ed knows.
Wow, man.
Spider-Man appeared in the Fantastic Four for, I'm sorry, Amazing Fantasy, which I think he appeared in a Fantastic Four comic also.
Okay.
But Fantastic Four was before Spider-Man, and Human Torch was before the Fantastic Four.
Nerd alert.
And this is something I understand.
I love it.
learning.
Okay, so
I'm
you
learning.
got, we'll give you one. We'll give you
Yes.
one. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Now,
Question 2.
before becoming superheroes, what job did both Peter Parker and Clark Kent share? And bonus points if you can name the names of the places.
Okay, so
Publications.
Spider-Man was part of the Daily Bugle, photographer, like journalist, photographer.
Yes.
And then I can't name the place for Superman, but he was also the same, but he was a reporter. Yeah. Him and Lois Lane.
Yes.
For Superman, Daily Planet.
Daily Planet.
I'll still give it because he said Daily Bugle. Or what was it?
That was Spider-Man.
Daily
Yeah,
Bugle
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
With J. Jonah Jameson.
Okay, the last question. Is this right? Because I just got it off Google, so I want to make sure. Okay, I should have run these by you. What neighborhood in what city does Daredevil protect?
Oh, Hell's Kitchen.
Yes! Oh my gosh, I didn't think you were going to get that one.
Oh, no. Yeah. Man, Daredevil, man without fear. Oh.
Okay, good.
Man, he's a bad guy.
Okay,
You don't
I was
Not a
wanna
bad
mess-
guy.
No,
but
he's
a
good.
He's
guy.
But he's a bad.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to mess with him.
Yeah.
Like that's what I mean by bad.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I did not know you'd get that one. Okay, so you got 3 for 3.
Yay.
Taurean, we hope you come back on Behind the Spires.
Thank you.
Next time you partner with the city and have a project with us. And everyone check out In the Streets to find out the wonderful coloring book that is going to be coming out of our brand new Street Sweeper name. And we'll be right back.
Welcome to Frederick, Maryland, where birds soar above a landscape shaped by natural beauty and history. From forested mountains to riverside trails and open grasslands, Frederick is a place both birds and birders love to explore. And this year, Frederick is excited to welcome the 77th Annual Maryland Ornithological Society Convention to our city for the very first time. Bird lovers from all over will flock to Frederick for a weekend of guided field trips across the city and county. Wander through the streamside oasis of Waterford Park, stroll through the historic Baker Park, and visit nearby Audubon sanctuaries. As we approach the 250th anniversary of the United States, we are proud to honor the past and celebrate the natural beauty and biodiversity that makes Frederick so special. Join us in a place where nature meets history and where every birder becomes a part of the story. Celebrate our country's 250th anniversary by birding here in Frederick. Learn more at mosconvention.org.
And we're back.
We're back, you guys, with an update.
An update.
From the Weinberg Center.
From the Weinberg.
The Weinberg is celebrating her 100th birthday next year.
Yes.
And as we celebrate this milestone, we want to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
A community survey is now live to help shape the future of the Weinberg for the next 100 years and give residents a chance to provide input on how it will continue to serve Frederick through performances, events, and cultural experiences.
Yes, check out the Weinberg social media, Frederick News, and on our feedback page, frederickmd.gov/surveys, and join us in honoring a century of arts and memories at the Weinberg.
And while you're on the web, don't forget to check out our Events Around the City page on our website where we list some information for residents. You can find that at frederickmd.gov/events. And as you guys heard, the beloved In the Streets Festival, where you're going to meet Jen.
Yes.
And the new street sweeper.
The street sweeper that we hope has the best name.
Has the best name. It's going to be Saturday, September 13th. This family-friendly event draws tens of thousands each year.
Yes, it does.
So mark your calendars. It's a day you do not want to miss.
And the Great Frederick Fair is back September 12th through the 20th at the fairgrounds.
Very exciting.
Additionally, the City of Frederick is working on a Safe Streets for All initiative.
Okay.
With the goal of reducing Frederick's traffic deaths to 0. In areas that have a high risk of or history of injuries and fatalities. We are working to develop strategies for safer roads, and we have identified some high-risk road sections, but we need the help of Frederick residents to more deeply understand the issues you experience on each one. There will be another survey you can find on our feedback page, and there are several outreach walks that you can also participate in.
That's true. So the first one is going to be September 16th from 6 to 8 p.m. Monocacy Boulevard and MD 26. They're going to meet outside the At Home in the Riverside Center. There's going to be one on September 17th from 6 to 8 for Opossum Town Pike and Upper Market Street. Meet outside Governor TJ High School. The third one is going to be on September 24th for Rosemont Avenue, and they're going to meet at Kidwiller Park at Rosemont, again from 6 to 8 p.m. And the fourth walkabout is going to be on Thursday, September 25th, Key Parkway, and they're going to meet at Waverly Elementary School. So actually physical walks where you can help identify, areas to kind of dive deep on making the streets safer and how you experience each one.
Yes. Now, once you're done with all of that, or do it before, we want to hear from you.
Yeah, do it right now.
Do it right now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to give you some time.
Go.
Great. Okay, I hope you're writing a nice one. Nice email to us at behindthespires@cityoffrederickmd.gov.
That's Behind the Spires at cityoffrederickmd.gov.
I've been told by a little birdie that it's Behind the Spires at cityoffrederickmd.gov.
That's true.
To let us know what you'd want to hear, what questions you have, who you'd like us to interview.
That's right. And remember to like and subscribe on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and YouTube.
Yes. And also, before we dip on back behind these spires, we ask a teeny tiny little favor. We would like you to tell your friends about your time here with us. And if you get a chance, a simple 5-star review. You can even do that right in your podcast app. If you can't find that, just leave a comment. And you know what? If we find a good one, maybe we'll read it.
Just say hi.
Yeah, just say hi. Your support will help us grow, and we'd really appreciate it. So thank you for hanging out behind the spires with us. And remember, kindness costs us nothing, but it means everything.
Bye, guys.